Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Burton Ballers. And in today's video, I'm going to be looking at our upcoming game against Aston Villa and what Frank Lampard needs to do in order to keep his job. But before I get into the video, guys, you know the drill. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications so you'll be notified every time we make a new video.
Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah.
Right, let's go into the match preview against Aston Villa after our disappointing defeat against Arsenal. It was a very unacceptable performance. It's not only the performance, the result, and the team as well, Arsenal. So, but we've got now we've 48 hours on, we got a chance to redeem ourselves slightly with a good victory against an informed Aston Villa side. It's not going to be an easy one today because Aston Villa are going well. Our confidence is shot, so I'm not confident going into today's match. So what I'm going to quickly talk about is some areas where Frank Lampard needs to improve on if he's going to stay in his job. So first off, his team selection. He has not been rotating his players a lot this season. He needs to rotate more. This season is an unusual season because of the COVID situation, and if you look at what happened last season, we compared last season, we had a dodgy start. We lost to Manchester United, although we performed well in that game, we got beat. And the only other two games we lost to were Manchester City and Liverpool. Manchester City, I thought we outplayed them again. Liverpool, it was just we could have equalised in that game. So we those games, those three teams are, the performances were really good, even though we got beat. But then performance levels started to dip after November, and that's because the players started to get tired. The style of football that Frank Lampard was playing was this high energy football, and with high energy football, players can get fatigued pretty easily. So if you don't rotate enough, then the performance levels are going to drop, and that's what you saw after sort of November time. We had some inconsistent performances. I think we lost to West Ham and Bournemouth. Then it was win, lose, etc. So he needs to. I think last season he didn't. It's only when after lockdown that he decided to play to the likes of Giroud, actually, because Giroud played a bit more games last season and rotated a bit more with Tammy. Then some of the defeats may have been victories. We don't know, but. Yeah, so a bit more rotating. This season, he's kind of stuck with the same players. We haven't seen a lot of the likes of Callum Hudson-Odoi. He should have played a bit more games. Werner has played so many games this season. He's mentally and physically fatigued. That's probably why his form is not great, amongst other things. But he needed to be out of the firing line a while ago. So especially when you got the likes of Hudson-Odoi waiting on the wings. No pun intended. The others you could have cut. Billy Gilmore's now fit, so I think that he can be coming into the side a bit more. I wouldn't trust Jorginho. I can't. I think he's finished at the club now. His performances of late haven't been great. Last on against the fullbacks the other day, I think they shouldn't have played. They didn't look fit against Arsenal. So a bit more rotation in the squad, and pick players on form. You came in saying that you're going to pick players on form. That hasn't happened. He hasn't been picking players on form because there's some players who are out of form at the moment who are still playing, and that doesn't send out a good message to the players who are waiting in the wings. Second thing he needs to do, in-game management. In-game management has been poor this season. So he needs to make the right substitutions at the right time. I've labelled that before against Sarri, where his in-game management was poor. So I got to label the same thing on with Frank Lampard. He sometimes when we're not winning games or something, he takes too long to make substitutions and he doesn't try to change things up. Against Arsenal, he did the right thing. That's what I like to see when he brought on Callum Hudson-Odoi straight away in the second half, although I probably wouldn't have put on Jorginho, but he needs to make substitutions earlier. Even the Arsenal game, I'd have put on Giroud. We were getting in crosses. Tammy Abraham's not the great at crosses, so Giroud should have come on. We could have switched formations to a 4-4-2 or something like that and had a go at Arsenal a bit more earlier on. Yeah, so the third aspect he needs to improve on is tactics. Our tactics have become too predictable. I am consistent in my criticism. I critiqued Sarri for this, so I'm critiquing Frank Lampard for this as well. Everyone knows our play now. Everyone on our fan base, everyone from the opposing side, it's just predictable. It's get the ball out to the wings, cross it in, and hope for someone to get on the end of it. And it's not working anymore. Teams are wised up to that. Jose Mourinho wised up to that. He's got the big boys in. He's blocking the crosses, and sometimes you have to have a pinpoint cross for that. Reece James did put in a couple of crosses which Tammy Abraham should have done better with, but you're relying on pinpoint crosses for that to happen. But we're playing the percentage game, and if the crosses are not on point, then we're going to be struggling to score goals. You saw Wolves nullify us like that. Everton nullified us, so teams are coming and doing and nullifying us, because they know the style of play. So we need to switch it up. Against West Ham, when we didn't have the two fullbacks due to injury, we were kind of forced into playing through the middle a bit more, and it kind of worked. Our passing wasn't great in that game, but in the last 10-15 minutes, when we started to pass the ball a bit through the middle, that's where Tammy Abraham scored his 2 goals. So people may say it was a cross from Werner, but it wasn't. He came infield. It was a shot by him, a miss-hit shot that Abraham got on the end of. And if you look at Abraham's second goal in that game, that was a great passing movement through the middle. Look at that one again. Look at that goal again, that third goal against West Ham. Look at that excellent play, quick, fast play through the middle. And that's what we need to do more of, I think. We need to give the opposition something else to think about rather than this, pass, knock it out wide, cross it in, hope for the best. So tactics need to be better. And the last thing, I think he needs to take some of the blame. He needs to shoulder some of the blame when things are not going wrong. I think he's pushing it too much on the players and not taking responsibility himself. So by always throwing the players under the bus, sometimes they're going to think the manager isn't protecting them enough. So in the past, other managers haven't publicly thrown their players under the bus. Sometimes it gets a reaction, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what the player. You've got to understand his players and find out what gets the best reaction from him. Is it publicly embarrassing them, or maybe defending them and talking about it behind closed doors, what they need to do to improve. I'm hoping that Frank can learn quickly, because we want to see him succeed in the job. I'm very objective in my critique. I'm not like Frank Lampard, a man. I support Chelsea Football Club. I've always said that. So some people are, want Frank Lampard to fail, and some people think even if he is failing, they want him to stay because he's a legend. I'm not in that camp. I want people to. I need to look at performances, see what the performances are, see how and then you judge people on merit, not on what they've done in the past, or the fact that you don't like them because they ousted a manager that you wanted to stay, something like that. Keep agendas to one side and let's be objective when we are critiquing our managers. Not going to do a predicted lineup today because I'm hoping to see. Obviously, we know that Hudson-Odoi is going to be playing. I'm hoping to see Billy Gilmore start. Silva probably won't play, so probably someone like Rudiger may come in to the team. So we need to freshen it up a little bit and hopefully get a decent result. I'm going for a 1-1 today. I think confidence is still a bit low after the Arsenal game. And I'm hoping for a win, but I'm just I'm a bit worried about this game. So I'm saying 1-1. So guys, your turn now. Comment below, see what do you think the score's going to be, what's your predicted lineup as well, and what do you think? Have I missed anything that Frank needs to do to improve? Do you agree with the points that I'm making? Let us know. And don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications so you'll be notified whenever we make a new video. Okay, take care. Bye.